get right into this. And so, Juanita, you're ready, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. So cue John. So 3, 2, 1, John.
All right, Juanita, ring, ring, ring.
Hi, this is Juanita with EXP Realty.
Hi, Juanita. This is John from Zillow. We have Elias on the line. He'd like to see 123 Main Street in Oakland. Can I connect you?
Of course.
All right, here you go. Ding.
Hello.
Hi, this is Juanita with EXP Realty. How are you today?
I'm well.
Okay, perfect. So I see that you're looking at 123 Main Street.
I am.
Okay, great. So when is the best day and time for you to see this property?
I can see it within an hour.
Within an hour. Okay, so let me, I have to see if that time is available first. So let me get back to you within 20 minutes. Is that okay?
That's okay. And
How
then
far are you from the location?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, then I will try to give you a call in about 20 minutes, if not less. Is that okay?
Okay. And then, yeah, that's fine. And then Juanita, we've been looking in Oakland and we had some friends that just bought in Maxwell Park. Do you know if that area is going to be super, super competitive?
Well, the market overall is competitive right now. So I guess that property, you know, depending on how well they stage it and all that, is going to get a lot of attention. So yes, expect to be competitive.
Okay. All right. And then do I have to bring my pre-approval to see the place?
Sometimes listing agents do request that, but I'll get back to you and confirm that with you within 20 minutes. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Perfect. So let me get back to you then. Thank you so much.
Okay, perfect. I'll wait for your call.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right, let's break character. Juanita, every single time that you've done this presentation, you've gotten better, right? So when we think back, 4 weeks ago, when we first started doing these trainings and auditions, you've just gotten better. I could see you're nervous because your body's moving like this, and I think your feet are moving. And so, but then it didn't convey on the phone that you were nervous. So first things first, great intro. You went right into the appointment, letting us know what was going to happen. When I ask you the question, is this going to be the competitive? I would remove, I guess. Right? This isn't guesswork, right? We are experts at what we do. And we are experts in our local markets. So remove that. Well, I guess, right? There's no guessing in this, right? What I can do is I'm going to do a little bit more digging. It's really early to tell, but when I meet you at the property, I'll have a little bit more details. So give me a little bit of time to do some research, right? So remove the I guess from your vernacular. But overall, I think it was a really good call. Johnny boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. And you could definitely, I mean, like Elias said, you get more confident every time. And I think if I wasn't seeing you on camera, then you would seem even more confident because I could see it. I thought you were riding a Peloton bike.
Moving my feet.
Yeah. But like if I just heard your voice, it would have sounded very confident, which is a huge improvement for you because I know the nerves kind of get to you on these calls. You can, the grading was great. I think you could even go straight into it rather than confirming. You could kind of go right through and just say, I see you're here interested in 123 Main Street. When's a good time that you want to see it? If it's the wrong property, they'll let you know right then. It should be the right property. That just kind of gets straight to the appointment and then keeps it moving from there. And then, yeah, like I said, on the market question, try to really just acknowledge the question and let them know that they've been heard, and then just, punt it for down the road and saying something like, it seems like, or it sounds like, or that's a really good question. And then kind of repeating back what they say and then just ending with a pause will usually just get it done. And then you can revisit it because and especially the way you answered it, kind of confirming it was going to be competitive. And yeah, everybody knows the market's competitive, but this one might be wildly overpriced, or maybe it's been on the market for 30 days already. Like, we don't want to scare them away by telling them like, yes, the market's going to be competitive. Chances are it is, but we don't know that for sure. So we really just want to acknowledge their question and let them know that you're listening, and then, answer it down the road.
Perfect. Thank you, John.
Great job.
Good stuff. Really good stuff. So we're going to throw a little curveball to everybody today. We're going to probably ask somebody about their follow-up skills. John, I know that we had talked about that last week, about that second call, because we focused so heavily on this first call. But let's hear from Kenny too. Kenny, thoughts on the call?
Yeah, the call was really smooth, and this is like third time doing it because I feel like I keep seeing you. Okay. Yeah, it's gotten a lot better time, but I was kind of distracted with the moving around too, but on the phone, it doesn't matter. Same thing with what John said. I wouldn't tell people, yeah, it's going to be competitive, because you want to be more optimistic, and you want to just the feeling of, oh man, it's going to be competitive, and should we even look at it? And you're planting doubts, right? So like, you could say the market, I could do a little more research into you. The market is kind of crazy right now. So like I talked about in previous meetings where you're giving your input, but you're giving a range. Yeah, it could be crazy right now, but let me look into this right now, get a better idea. Also depends on the floor. Also depends on the floor plan of the property. Really have to see it to kind of give you a better idea.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, improvement. So really, really great job. I wanted to go over to April. April, you're going to be up next. I have you twice on the screen here. So April, where did you go? Are you ready? It's weird. It keeps on shooting back and forth. Can you take yourself off of mute? All right, April, are you ready?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I mean, no, but I'll go ahead.
Okay. All right. So April, you're ready, right? Yes. Okay,
can someone go?
No. So I love that you're a little bit nervous. It's good. We're just going to go right into it because this is how
okay.
we do it, right? So
okay.
we're going to throw you the ball. Just try to catch it. So John, on 3,
okay.
2, 1.
Hi, April. Ring, ring.
Hi, this is April.
Hi, April. This is John from Zillow. I have Elias on the line. He'd like to see 123 Main Street in Oakland. Can I connect you?
123 Main Street. Yes, of course. Thank you.
Okay, here you go. Ding.
Hello.
Hi, this is April with EXP Realty. Is this Elias?
This is.
Hi, Elias. This is April. I just got a call from Zillow, and they were letting me know that you were interested in seeing 123 Main Street.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, great. Are you available at all this afternoon?
Yeah, I am, but more so tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. And then let's say between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. Would that work for you?
Yeah, that actually works.
Okay, great. And then how far are you from this property?
I'm about a half an hour.
Okay, half an hour. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and call the seller just to make sure if that time would work for them as well. If you could set aside about an hour after the appointment, and I can send you over some other properties that you may be interested in as well. Would that be okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, great. And then your number to contact you is 925-848-9472.
That's it.
Okay, great. I'll just go ahead. I should give you back a call in about 15-20 minutes. And then I will also send you a confirmation email as well.
So April, really quick, my friends just moved into that area. It's the Laurel. Is it going to be super competitive?
I mean, yeah, it could be.
There's been multiple offers.
No, yeah, definitely. It could be competitive, but it also depends on the square footage of the house. But I can also get back to you on that and get a little bit more information for you.
Okay. All right. Hey, Peter, can you mute your phone?
Sorry.
Thank you. Danielle, I'm going to mute Danielle as well. Okay. Sorry about that, April. Great stuff. Great stuff. So you started out the call a little bit shaky because you said that you just got a call from Zillow. So that's implying that you just got a call from Zillow. This is a direct connection, right? So, oh, hi, April. Yep, this is, or hi, Elias. This is, April from calling from EXP Team Fast. I understand that you want to, so go right into it, right?
Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure if, so they're getting a call from my direct phone, or I'm not sure if they called Zillow and then Zillow directs us.
They're calling Zillow about a particular property, and Zillow's saying, I'm going to connect you with a live agent. That live agent,
oh, okay,
one of you guys. And then, so you're taking it right there. It's like, thank you, Zillow. I'm ready. Clients on the line. You go right into it. So it's a direct connection. I love that you said call seller, because we're removing, let me call the listing agent. Let me check with the listing agent. So you went right into call the seller, and you told them about seeing other homes, and I like that, but you need to be a little bit more assertive with that comment. But here's what we're going to do. While I have you in the area, I want to make sure I'm making the best use of your time. Let's go and check out a couple more homes that are in the area that fit your criteria. Because you said that, but then you left it. Would that be okay?
Yeah, I caught myself on that too.
What if they say no, April? Right? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, then we'll just go see 123 Main Street. So it's you're looking out for them, best use of their time while they're in the neighborhood. Here's what we're going to do, right? So you're setting the stage as the leader from the very first call. But overall, I know you're nervous. I thought that was a good call, April. How about you,
Okay,
Johnny?
thank you.
You're muted, brother.
Overall, it's great, especially getting put on the spot by Elias, and I think this is one of the first or second trainings that you've been in, so you haven't seen it run through a few times. There was definitely some polishing points, but you also, you were assumptive in some ways. I think, like Elias said, just changing your tone and just being a little bit more confident with it. But overall, fantastic for the first call, and just keep it up.
Good stuff. Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Yeah. Overall tone, not like we talked about in the previous calls, like tonish, like, assertive voice versus uplifting at the end, which makes it questionable. But overall, it was really good. It was very confident. It just need to know what to say a little better, because then, not calling Zillow. And then I'm not sure they brought up, like you jump right into scheduling at 12:31, but you don't even know that property is available because this is a live call. You didn't have any idea of what this was. This is also why, if you guys could, you want to have two phones or iPad in front of you or a laptop. That's why you want to pick up these calls in ideal situations so you can have a better turnout. Because it would suck to book someone, oh yeah, I got you 12:30, call them, and then they call their spouse or whatever, and all of a sudden, hey, this agent got 12:30. Oh wait, this agent called back. There's no more showings today. They would be very frustrated, and it seems like very new. So I wouldn't even check on that. I would say, hey, let me check. Let me check with the seller if that time works, and I'll get right back to you. Would that work for you? Great. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. And then they call, like, so, repeat. Okay, so this is what we got. Do you want to see this home? Hey, if you're back an hour in case I find any other homes that could be great for you, then let me check on this time for you. Does that sound good? Cool. Okay, I'll call you right back. It just seems like you will make yourself sound more in control of the situation, which makes you sound more professional, which will help you get a better, higher rating score the next day when Zillow does a survey 24 hours later. But that was a really good. That was a lot of people. We've heard a lot of people's first calls. That wouldn't have been a really good first call or first practice call with us.
Really great practice call. And April, don't give time slots, because then you're, like Kenny said, you're just going to put yourself at a disadvantage. And never give ranges, or numbers when it comes to what offers are going over for. We've heard people say, yeah, in that neighborhood, it's going to go anywhere between 10 and 30%. Like, don't give that like specific, because it could put you at a disadvantage down the road. But really good job.
On the second call, maybe, because we actually do this in our call when people are looking at like Temescal or Rockridge or Berkeley. It's like, hey, this property, just want to let you know, homes tend to list for 20-30% under where they go. But then that's more like for a second call. You definitely would not introduce stats in the first call.
For sure. So good stuff.
And then also, sorry, I had a question. What about asking if they're working with an agent? Should I ask that maybe on the second call when it's not being recorded, when I call them back to confirm?
Well, there's a couple. I mean, you don't even necessarily want to ask that question like directly. The question that Zillow likes to use, just to kind of hear more about their motivation, is like, tell me a little bit about where you're at in the home buying journey, and usually that'll kind of uncover, if they're already working with an agent or what they're doing. So you don't necessarily want to ask that directly, but there's different ways to ask questions about where they're at in the process. That will, then, but depending on how they're answering that, then you might need to ask a little more directly, but you don't necessarily need to ask that directly.
Just because this weekend I showed quite a few homes with Christina, and she got a couple Zillow Flex calls while I was with her. And when we go and we're at the property, they end up, oh, we already have an agent. Like, if we want to put an offer, most likely, but we already have another agent. So it's kind of like we kind of wasted our time, and two different people.
It sucks. It happens. I mean, this is online lead game, but like our thing is to, this is a separate type of coaching call. I just give you cliff notes. But then you at least want the opportunity to see if you can meet with them to see if they like you more to win their business. Like when I'm talking to agents, like you're new. I don't know how much homes you sold, April, but let's just say you want to commit 30 hours of real estate a week. It doesn't really matter what's in those 30 hours a week, as long as you're learning and doing something. So for you to tour more homes, get more interaction with bad buyers, it's just gonna make you stronger overall. But Christina's a little more busier, so she has to be a little more cautious of that. But like, honestly, like I close at 10. Also we're at 10% close rate, right? So you have to meet 10 clients to close one. So think of that as just a step further forward to getting a client.
Yeah, and for you, April, it's like, what did I learn? You know, I got to go out, I got to see the property, I got to meet people, I got to go through some of my presentations. So there's some
IG.
learning lessons. Yeah, there's postable moments there, right? With your Red Hot Chili Pepper theme stuff on there. So I just think that there's some opportunity for you. So so good job overall. We're gonna go. So V asked to go next. So V, did you want to go? I know that you're working right now. Okay, cool. And she has her mask on, so this will be the first call that we've had with somebody in their mask. But all right, cool. Let's run through it. So John, on 3, 3, 2, 1.
All right, ring, ring.
Hi, this is V.
Hi, V. This is John with Zillow. I have Elias on the line. He'd like to see 123 Main Street in Oakland. Can I connect you?
Of course.
Here you go. Ding.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
This is V. Hi, Elias. This is V with EXP Realty. How are you doing today?
I'm well.
Good, good. So I see here that you're interested in seeing 123 Main Street. What's your availability like this week?
I want to see it tomorrow.
Okay, cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and contact the seller and see what the available showings are for tomorrow. And I'll get back with you within an hour. In the meantime, what other properties are you interested in seeing?
I mean, I'm open if you know of
Okay.
any.
Okay, cool. So what I'll do for you in the meantime is I'll research a couple more properties in the area, and then I'll give you a call once I confirm. And for some reason you don't answer your call, Elias, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a quick text just to share with you the available units. Available times.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then V, you know, we've been looking at Maxwell Park. We have a friend that just moved to Maxwell Park. Is that going to be competitive?
That is a great question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to research the market in the area. It sounds like you'd like to be really up to date with the market. I'll go ahead and check that for you. And then when we meet up for our first appointment, we'll go ahead and chit chat a little bit more about that. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. And then, okay, cool. So then I guess I'll wait to hear back from you.
Yes, I'll give you a call within an hour or less.
Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Elias. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right. Good. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, guys. I want you guys all to pause for a second before we go into any of our polishing points. And I just want you to go like this and wave your hand. Do this to me. Wave to me. All right. When V picked up the phone to me, I felt like it was a standing across the room from somebody. Hi. That's how it, no, like it was warm, right? It was like, I was like, hi, you're like, hi. And it was not like, hi, how are you? Welcome. It was just like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, that's totally how I felt with the intro. I wrote that down. So I liked it. What's your availability? I think that it sounded really, really good. It just sounded like the tone wasn't overextended. That had this really good flow to it. We talk a lot about tone on these calls. What's your availability? I like that question. The fact that you asked about the seller or contacting the seller. One thing I would add is a couple more properties in the area, right? So it's like, have you seen any of the properties? No, you know of a few of the properties in that area that fit the criteria and fit their budget. So I think that just inserting that, but overall, V, I thought that was a great call. How about for you, John?
Yeah, that was great. And I also like the hi as well. It was one of those, like, if someone called me and said hi like that, it's like, wait, do I know this person? Like, it's just good energy and kind of, you know, let your guard down a little bit. But yeah, it's all great. And I think the one thing that we're seeing from this, especially because it was your first call, is it's cool to see kind of a lot of the basics that we were coaching people on in the beginning, we're not even getting. So it's showing, like, nobody on these calls is saying listing agent, because I think everybody has heard, like, you know, you don't say listing agent on the Zillow calls. And just you're being a little more assumptive with the properties, and the way that you handled the, is it going to be competitive question was done well. So I like seeing, you know, this is your first call, but obviously you've done some studying on how to run this. So it's cool to see. It's cool to see the team kind of coming through. So one thing we're going to start doing too on these calls is role playing that follow-up call, where it's like, okay, you're calling them back and telling them got the appointment. That's where you can start asking them a little bit more questions about, you know, where they're at in the process. And that's the call you'd end with, you know, mentioning the survey. So it's getting a little too easy, I think, for the setting the appointment call, but overall, great job.
Great stuff. Kenny.
That the tone was really, like, just a really friendly, warm voice. I thought you would hit a hiccup when for some reason when you asked are there any homes that you looked at? Because that could easily go in the wrong path. I don't know, like, because from previous calls we've seen. So I think you delivered that well. And then one thing I personally only thing I didn't like was like, oh yeah, we could talk and chit chat later. For me, chit chat sounds like small talk. Small talk isn't that important. So I would prefer to hear, yeah, I love to talk to you more about that in depth, or, you know, about what's going on in the neighborhood. Chit chats, like I just don't use that word. Like also I also don't like to chit chat. So like, depending on who you're talking to, that's really important, because a high D type, high C type is like, oh, this person is just gonna like maybe talk about like little stuff. So it doesn't hurt to say, I'm gonna go in depth. I'll do my research. Would that work for you?
Okay.
So like you hit it hard on the high, like someone, you know, one thing about salespeople, we tend to only work well. There's 4 types of personality types, DISC. If you're one type, you're probably a high IS, which is great. You know, this is where we help you work on your sales skills, up your D so you can close. But if you got to find a nice balance and understand who you're talking to, and when you're building rapport really quickly on the phone, you don't know who you're talking to. So if you can hit it high with your warm tone, great. Then, but you also have to remember, like, in case that person's analytic, you do, hey, I'd love to talk to those numbers about you. You know, it doesn't hurt to go in depth. So like, you want to kind of have a conversation where you acknowledging that you might be building rapport with all 4 personality types.
Thank you.
And you'll start to hear, and as more that you study the DISC profile, you'll start to hear the cues, right? You know, well, based on my expertise and the knowledge and the data that I've ran, okay, totally analytical type, right? So you'll start to hear the things like, good, yep, great. Okay, I need to be like straight, direct, to the point. Any other questions? Cool, call you back in 10 minutes. Perfect. Right now, it's like, it's almost identifying, I look at the DISC as identifying people's love language, right? So those 2 things, if you ever read that book, it's the same exact thing, just learning how to communicate to that person. But overall, really good call.
And it's like with the intro, like how you had a really warm high, like every time a random number calls me, I'll let it sit for a while in case it's a spam number. But if I hear a voice, I assume it's another agent, a buyer's agent, or if I'm calling a listing agent, you want to sound like their friend, right? But I don't think we do that enough with clients. So remember, like, you're not just taking an inquiry, you're trying to build rapport. That's why, like, you know, it's, oh, hey, how's it going? And then it's like, wait, is this Kenny? It's like, yeah, like, and then you get into it, because they probably weren't expecting that, which is a good thing.
Yep. Good stuff. All right. So Danielle. So Danielle's had tons of experience on the phones. She came from Kendrick Realty, and Kendrick is all about their phone skills and high level of calls. So Danielle, I know you're new to the team, new to these calls, but wanted to call on you.
Okay.
All right. So on
I'm feeling the best today, so let's see what I can do.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Johnny boy.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hello. Oh,
Hello?
sorry.
Oh, me. Sorry. Hello.
Hello, this is John from Zillow. I have Elias on the line. He'd like to see 123 Main Street in Oakland. Can I connect you?
Sure.
All right, here you go. Ding.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. Who's this?
Oh, do they not know who they're calling when they call? Sorry. Side note.
Let's just go. Let's just ring it again. Hello.
Hello. This is Danielle with EXP. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. So I heard you want to see 123 Main Street. Is that correct?
I do. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. When would you like to see it?
Tomorrow, if possible, anytime between 3 and 7.
Okay, so what I need to do is I need to see what time works for the sellers, and see what time I can get you in. Is it okay if I? Oh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call you back in an hour and let you know what kind of time slots that they have available.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then, we're kind of new to the area. We love that area of Oakland. Do you know if it's going to be really, really competitive?
Well, right now it is competitive everywhere, but let me look at that area specifically, and when we meet, I can give you a better idea of that specific area.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a list of properties and just let me know which ones you would like to see. Which ones you would like to see, and we can schedule those in for tomorrow as well.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Cool. All right. Well, I will see you sometime tomorrow, but you'll hear from me before that.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So good stuff. And I know you've had some distractions in the background. And this is for everybody. This here, I know that no. And this is for when you're on the calls. People can hear this. Also, people can hear this. Hi, how are you? I'm great. Hey, how are you, Kyle? Great, man. Like the smile, literally it translates over the phone. So I think it was really good. I know that you're new to this. I think calling him back in an hour, I think it's far too long, right? You're like,
Okay.
I'll call you back in an hour. It's
Yeah,
like,
I just
I want,
copied.
I want some instant gratification. This is supposed to be a direct call. So for
Right,
you,
okay.
other homes, kind of buttoning up on that. But for your very first intro to this and the very first time doing this, I thought that that was really good. We're going to run through it next week. And I think that based on who you are and the amount of time that you've had on the phones, I think that you're just going to improve. But overall, good call. And your tone too. You could tell that you've been on the phones before. You have this tone. It's like, I felt like you were in charge from the onset. Johnny Boy.
Good. So are they
Yeah.
are they calling you or are you calling them?
So they're calling Zillow directly
Okay.
about a particular property. And then Zillow is saying, great, let me connect you live with an agent in that area. Hang tight. And they connect you to the agent they connect you to the client.
Okay. Cool.
Johnny Boy.
And you'll get a notification like on your phone at the same time with you should get a notification with their info and the property that they want to see. And really the whole tone of these first calls is that you take a really assumptive tone that they're calling you because they want to go see it. And that's kind of your motivation that you have behind the call. Like if 90% of the call, this first call is about setting the appointment, that's really kind of what Zillow wants to hear. But overall, like for a first call, is solid. It's the same thing. You got put on the spot. This is also a really weird environment to practice like phone calls because you have, we can all see you. You have a bunch of people looking back at you. It's a totally different environment. So all things considered, I think you're going to do great once you have a little bit of practice and just understand the context of these calls a little bit more. And I know it'll be good, especially with people that are kind of on the outskirts of the areas of the team, because if we can get some zip codes, up in your area, then we're going to really need someone solid to convert those. So just keep practicing.
Yeah, I'll be in my office next time, so there's not going to be background noises.
No.
Kenny.
Yeah, overall the call was good. You sounded very experienced, but then like the things you said weren't the right things. But then that's why. But you also weren't clear like what the warm handoff and such. So I think we're with the right tweaks and like have you read the playbook we have? See, I think that's why I think you'll be completely fine once you rate that, because then you have the experience, knowledge, the confidence, the tone. You just didn't know what was going on. So, but you winged it pretty well. Like if we just threw you into the fire, and by your third call, you would figure it out. So like I think overall it was good. It's just the words, the script was wrong.
Yeah, I am taking notes, but where do I find that playbook?
We'll share it with everyone.
Okay, cool.
So Patrick asked me to go. He's got a photo shoot, and so Patrick's hungry. He wants to go. So let's go on 3, 2, 1. Johnny.
Oh, wait. Let me just make sure. Can you hear my audio?
We can hear your audio good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Patrick, your background changes every single time.
I know, dude. It's just I'm trying to find some.
Where'd the drum machine go? Okay, sorry. All right, here we go. Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, this is John with Zillow. I have Elias on the line. He'd like to see 123 Main Street in Oakland. Can I connect you?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right, here you go. Ding.
Hello.
Hey, Elias, this is Patrick with EXP Realty. I heard you're trying to get a tour of 123 Main Street.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's great. We could certainly do that for you. What's your availability look like?
Tomorrow, ideally, anytime between 12 and 5.
Between 12 and 5? Okay, so here's what I'll do. Within 30 minutes, I'll get back to you, make sure that time works. In addition, would you be interested in seeing some other properties? There's a couple I can think of off the top of my head that are pretty similar to this, and I can certainly add that to our list if you want to go tour those as well.
Not necessarily.
Okay, no problem. And just out of curiosity, what do you like about this home specifically?
Just Maxwell Park. We just love the look of it online. It looks really cool. Craftsman. That's what we're looking for.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, hey, listen, is this number 111-555-4325? Is that the best number for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So within 30 minutes, I'll get back to you about 123 Main Street and look forward to seeing the property with you.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
All right. Take care, Elias.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good stuff, man. And this is your first time as well. So there's something cool, I think, about your tone. It's this it's almost like this like DJ voice, right? It's really, really calm. Like it's almost like 98.1 smooth jazz. You know, you just called in to the love line, right? It's just this like tone about your voice, which was cool. You went right into the appointment. Great job. And then I told you no because you asked me a yes or no question. Right? So this is food for thought. I don't care if you guys are taking a Zillow call or if you're diving into the lead pond. Would you be interested in going to see that home? No. Tell me about this. Take me back when you were looking at homes. You know, what were you looking for at that time and what changed, right? It's different way of asking the question. So would you be interested? No. Here's what we're going to do. While I have you, I want to make the best use of your time. There's 3 other homes in that area. So let's carve out about an extra hour so we can see those homes that are right down the street from 123 Main Street. So overall, good stuff. Just buttoning up on those couple things, I think that you'll do fine. So John, what's your analysis?
Yeah, same thing on the tone. Is great tone. I was thinking kind of radio voice as well, and you sound very calm and confident. So I think with more practice, that tone will do you pretty well. All the same feedback as Elias. The one thing that I would take out is what is it you like about that home? That question doesn't really get you much in terms of what we're trying to accomplish with this call. So going back to where are you at in the home buying process, or where are you at in the home buying journey? Something along those lines will open up a conversation that's going to be a little bit more fruitful in terms of getting information that's going to help you build rapport and understand where this prospect is in the process, and you can use that to convert them a little more confidently. So we want to eliminate what it is you like about the home and replace it with where are you at in the journey. But overall, for first call, great job and good job stepping up. And yeah, thank you.
I forgot I have a coaching call happening right now, so I'm gonna be at 11. I missed it. I'm hopping on. Tone was really good. Sound very professional. So it sounds like you're like I think you're like a high S type. Reminds me of Wes on our team and Mark, where like it's just like it's just very non-aggressive, but you have very high sales skills. So I think that's the best combo for like a lot of agents. If you can come in and be very smart with your words, but yeah, people relax, like they'll trust you. I mean, I gotta go, guys.
All right, man. Good to see you. So let's go, Steve Hahn.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can, man. You're up next. So John, on 3, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Steve, ring, ring.
Hey, this is Steve.
Hey, Steve, this is John from Zillow. I have Elias online. He'd like to see 123 Main Street in Oakland. Can I connect you?
For sure.
Here you go. Ding.
Hello.
Hey, Elias, this is Steve from EXP Realty. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. So I understand that you're interested in 2123 Main Street?
Correct.
Awesome. So I pulled up the listing on my computer. What time are you available to tour this property?
I'm thinking tomorrow between 12 and 5.
12 and 5. Okay, great. So I do see the time frame that you requested is available online. What I'm going to do is go ahead and book it now, but we'll still have to wait for the listing agent to confirm. Can I text or call you when I receive the confirmation?
Yes.
Sweet. Would you also happen to have an extra hour after the tour to possibly look at other similar properties nearby? It'll kind of give you a better idea of the current market.
No.
Okay, no worries. And did you have any other questions for me while we're just here talking on the line?
So do you think this house is going to be super competitive?
That's a good question. I mean, the Bay Area is crazy for sure. What I'll do for you right now is send you a market analysis report just for the area that you're interested in through email. And we could go over it more in person when we meet. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sweet. So I'll be waiting for the seller's agent confirmation, and then I'll contact you as soon as possible then.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Talk soon, Elias.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, good stuff, Steve. So a few things. So you also have a really, really good tone, but I'm going to encourage you, based on who's on the other line, to turn up your volume just a little bit, right? So you got to understand where people are, backgrounds, noise, things like that. You're a very soft-spoken dude, so I would just turn up your volume just a tone or two higher. You said listing agent and you said seller agent at 2 different times during your presentation. So you want to remove those words with "let me check with seller availability" or "let me check the seller's availability," or "seller, we'll check with the seller." So removing those 2 things in, And then I want you to get rid of the word possibly. And this is for everybody. Would you possibly have some time to probably maybe see this house? Hopefully, like remove those words because they're non-definitive words. You said, would you possibly have some time to see some other homes? That's why I hit you with the no. So you want to share with them what they're going to do. Here's what we're going to do and be able to take charge. So overall, really good tone. I could tell that you've rehearsed this. Let's just let's just button up on a few of those things. Johnny boy.
Sounds good.
Yeah, all the same stuff as Elias. When you asked about the market, you did a good job of, that's a really good question. But then I wouldn't send them, I wouldn't commit to sending them like a CMA ahead of time. I think that it'd be better to just go see the property. You can send them general stats about the neighborhood or whatever, but that's not really going to do either of you much good without seeing the property first. So really just validating that question and then just moving that conversation to, once you've seen the property should be the goal. We had a listing. You mentioned agent, like I said, just get agent out of your vocabulary. But yeah, all the same stuff, and just keep practicing. But and same thing with the tone. Like it's confident and kind of smooth and comfortable. But I think you could get a little bit more like excitement and enthusiasm in there, based on who you're talking to. So
okay,
all things considered, good job.
Sweet.
All right, so we're going to go with Ryan next. Ryan was part of our blooper reel that we've created on YouTube. So. Which was great. So to break the ice a little bit, we're going to go with Ryan. John on 3, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Ryan, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, this is John with Zillow. I have Elias on the line. He'd like to see 123 Main Street in Oakland. Can I connect you?
Absolutely.
All right, here you go. Ding.
Hello.
Hi, Elias.
Yep.
Hey, Elias. This is Ryan with EXP Realty. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing awesome. Thank you. So I heard you wanted to see 123 Main Street. Is that correct?
Yes.
When are you available over the next couple of days?
Tomorrow.
What time would you prefer, morning or afternoon?
Afternoon. Typically between, I don't know, let's say I'm gonna check with my wife, between 3 and 7.
Between 3 and 7? Okay. So what I'm going to do is check with the seller and make sure that that window of time works for them. And then I'll come back and confirm with you maybe in the next 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
And while I do that, there may be some other properties that are available in the area that kind of are similar to that house. I'd like to schedule some times if we do have some other properties. Would you be open to seeing those homes?
No, let's just stick with 123 Main Street.
Okay, perfect. So I'll go ahead and check on that time, get back with you, and then I'll see you tomorrow once I confirm. Okay.
Okay. So I've been looking at homes in the area and trying to do my own research. Is it safe to say that this house is going to sell for 10% over asking price?
That's a great question. It's really hard to tell without seeing the home in person. So what I typically do for my clients is after we see the home, run actual numbers through the MLS, which is our local database here. And then I'll be able to give you a more, a stronger answer in terms of where I think this is going to land on price.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. All right, well then, I guess I'll hear back from you about the appointment time.
Absolutely. Yeah, in the next 20 or 30 minutes, I'll get back to you.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All right, awesome, Elias. Take care.
Good stuff, Ryan. So I think that was a really good recovery from the call. I think it started out strong. I think that you went right into the appointment, but then there was a point in your presentation where it's like you weren't as strong, right? It was kind of like you used the word maybe. When you throw the word, is there maybe some time that you possibly could, if hope, right? Like you take charge like you did when you said about the market. We'll get to that in a second. So that's why I said no. And this is a challenge for all of you guys, right? When you asked me that question, would you maybe possibly be interested in going seeing some homes in the area? No. Here's what we're going to do, Mr. Buyer. While I have you here, I want to make the best use of your time. There's 3 other houses that hit the market in that same neighborhood. I want to cruise by those houses with you guys as well. So just carve out an extra hour. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and check with seller availability. I'll give you a call back within the next 10 minutes to make sure that that time is available. If 4 o'clock isn't available, is there an alternate time that works for you and your wife? Okay, cool. I'll give you a call right back. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. it's you take charge, right? And I think that you did a really good job taking charge on when I asked you about the market, about how you're going to run the comparable and what I do for my clients, right? I like that because it's like, here's what I'm going to do for you when you're my client as well. So overall, really great stuff. Showed growth from the last call. John.
Yeah, all the same stuff. Elias always gets to go first, and when people don't have that much to comment on, it all gets covered. But it's cool seeing the growth, you know, each call and the confidence that comes. So, you know, just keep it up.
Yeah, so really good stuff, you guys. So generally we want to keep these meetings to 45 minutes. And so we are at 47 minutes. So we're going to cut here. But I want to tell you guys, thank you for showing up. And listen, we're doing roll call on these. If you are going to be on the Zillow Flex team, which we obviously want for you, you want for yourself, you have to show up to these meetings unless you're dealing with an emergency, you're dealing with a you know, transaction. We get it, but the people that are going to show up are going to be the people that are going to be on Zillow Flex next. So this is about you guys earning it, about also working the lead pond and working those opportunities there, because this is a privilege. This is not a right of being on this team. So thank you for showing up and thank you for doing the hard work. Because I know what this type of environment is friggin' nerve-wracking, right? But if you can do good with us on the phone, you guys are going to be like, oh, smooth sailing with your clients, right? So this is all about practicing, watching tape. So when it's game day, you guys feel comfortable and confident. And hopefully you guys are gaining insight and nuggets and you're hearing from your brothers and sisters on this team. So thank you for attending. Any parting words from you, John?
Nope, that's it. I appreciate you guys coming. Let us know if you have any questions. Just keep up the practicing and keep up the good work.
Are the recordings in Slack or on YouTube?
So they are in the Zillow Flex channel, and I guess we will make sure that everyone is added to the Zillow Flex channel.
They're on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'll put the chat. I'll put a link in the chat right now. Because I was studying it this morning.
Yeah, so it'll be in the chat. So take that link, and then John, are we adding everyone on here to the Zillow Flex channel on Slack or not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right, down the road. All right, good stuff, you guys. Really great work. Appreciate you guys showing up in a big way and facing your fears, and really good stuff. We'll see you soon.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.